Last year, I completed my first ever 30-day art challenge, Peachtober. This was really quite an achievement. I had tried it many years before, and this was the first time I ever completed it. I was sharing my makes daily on social media, and there was some images that I got quite a number of requests asking if I could turn them into stamps. Well, some of the artwork in here has now indeed been turned into a gorgeous stamp set. Let's go find out which ones. This collection started on the 7th of September 2025, and actually at this point I was preparing for Peachtober. This was the first year I successfully completed Peachtober and actually established a daily sketching habit, which I think has been really good for me creatively and hopefully really good when it comes to product development and gorgeous images for you guys to play with as well. So this was the one that kind of started it all. As you can see, I tried a few different ideas, but this is the one that I went for. I actually went and used this one a couple of days later for the toadstool prompt. But you will find, if you look at my Peachtober sketches, that these little bugs sort of find their way in many of the images. But as this was the first one, this is the place for us to start with the stamps. So what I have done is pulled them apart slightly. So he is sat on like this gorgeous little branch, and I have given you the branch, but we've separated it. So he can be sat on there if you want, but he doesn't have to be. We also have a few more bits and bobs and some of the future stamps to help to build up this sort of background if you want it. And as I said, I did become quite obsessed with drawing bugs. So we have another one of these guys over here. I've got so many of these in my sketchbook that not all of them made it into stamps, but you know, I thought I chose the best ones. But we could have some more sneak in future. But we have this little guy here, and we have gorgeous sentiments, things like even tiny things can shine, delightfully odd, and officially adorable. So let me show you a couple of things that Shona has made. So there will be lots more inspiration throughout the week on my Facebook page. Both Shona and Kaylee have been making samples. I've been making things as well, so we have lots to share you. But just to start you off, so we have this one here. We've used this and another stamp set that's coming, and we have the little ladybug. So there's a few bits and bobs, and I think that is really adorable. I love the fact it tells the story. We've got a lot of bit of clean and simple stuff going on in the background. And then this one with one of our papers, I think that is the Delightfully Dotty paper with a little bit of the Sherbet Fizz. And we've just got the word smile. So in that one, she's taken part of one of the sentiments, which again, I think might be from one of the other little stamp sets. But those are what Shona has made with this particular stamp set. And this stamp set is called Officially Adorable, because how cute is that? Okay, so seeing as we have had a sneak peek of this image here, let's have a look at the stamp sets that belongs to. So the next one that we have is called Happy Days. So we have this little guy here, and I just love the fact he's sort of like face planted onto the ground. And as normal, they are high-grade photopolymer stamps. We have coloured acetate. We have a coloured idea sheet so that you can get an idea of how you can use it. Now this also came from one of the sketches. Let's see if we can find that. Okay, so this was the original sketch for this one. This was done on the 13th of September, and as you can see, I've gone really swirly whirly in the sketch and got lots of extra details, and we had lots of cross hatching, but I thought that didn't really give you space to kind of create and make it your own, so that is why I have just really simplified it. And we have like the open wings. We've also got an extra little bumblebee, a few extra florals, and some leaves again to help you build up a scene and tell a story. And we have the sentiments Happy Days and Little Steps, Big Changes. So we have this little guy here, and that's the card. How adorable is that? It is so cute. Okay, so now let's bring this one in. So here is this little guy's original sketch, and we also have this one as well, so they've both ended up on the same one. I also added a little tiny fly. I've tried to have like little bugs as well, again to help build the story. And we have this one which has been coloured green because it could be like bushes, but it could also be clouds as well, and a few different florals. And we've got the sentiments, what's the buzz, and oops. So let's have a little look at some of the things. So Shona made this one, and she's tied it in with a bumblebee house from Bumble Buzz. And this was the scrap journal I made for last week's video, and I have used him there just at the beginning of my journal. And then finally the last set. So the last set was also a concept for Peachtober. Let's see which notepad that was in. So here's the original sketch for this one, and what I did in Peachtober was there was another sentiment called, I mean, you can see, look, a wee spider here. That one was ink. It's funny, bugs. That one was move. Bugs just seem to turn up everywhere. Okay, so this was the little one here that I drew. And I turned this into the Bugtime Chronicles, and this was the prompt for paper. So we had this one here, and then we also had this sort of like worm coming out of the apple. So that's the final stamp set, is here. And then this is the one that's got maybe the extra details. So we've got this little guy. I love the fact the mushroom is looking up like that. But also, if you were to colour this with your acrylic markers, you could actually obliterate the face if you didn't want the kind of kawaii sort of style look on the mushroom itself. So we have the little mushroom here with a little snail on top, and then we have this gorgeous little butterfly. This is another sketch from further on. Let's see if we can find her. There we go. So this one was drawn in January of 2026, the following year. So then I've teamed that up with, so we have her there, and we have the little mushroom. But as you can see, there's still lots more. I was actually really tempted to possibly do a colouring book sometime. I'm not sure whether that's something you would like. But also, when I mentioned about the first stamp, we've got the extra sort of greenery on these ones if you want to build up. And we have the little love heart, and we have the sentiments hello friend and slow down and smile. So that's where the sentiment came for this card that Shona made. And then here is the card that she has made using this stamp. So she's gone like really mixed media with a background like that. So this is the collection. So this is the complete collection, all started from this particular image here. I really hope you love it. I think it will be fun and quirky. I also think it will work really well with like the Bumble Buzz collection and the Ladybug collection. I think we have lots of possibilities. I will be live in just a little while, so at 7:30 tonight I will be live. We will be playing with these stamps as part of our launch party event. As I said, there will be loads of extra inspiration over in my Facebook group, so do consider checking that out as well. And I also will be back with another video this week where we are going to again give you some ideas of how to use these stamps. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you love them. Take care. Bye.